Let me move this back over here. Hello. Well, I don't even know if I'm live yet. Hold on, let me check. I am, okay. Hi. So, this just came out on the Legacy channel. And something about the outlaw and soul work. Like, I want to dig deeper into this, but I didn't want to do it there. And I don't even know what I put on top of this. I'll go with the in between tarot because I'm going to mix the in between and the before tarot because we don't know what comes after. And I'm not interested in what. Well, am I interested in what comes after actually? Because I'm over here. So let's do the. We'll do the in between and the after actually. Because the before doesn't matter. It's not that the before doesn't matter, but we navigate the before on our own. Oh, I want to go to the SKT actually. The Spirit Keeper's Tarot. So maybe I'll start with that one. I'm going to shuffle everything else back into the deck. And then I'm going to keep these two down here though. What game is that? Oh, that's Zelda. It's the Dodongo Caverns? No, it's Goron City. I think it's in the Oracle of Seasons and the Oracle of Ages. No, it's that other place. It's still underground. There's a lot of lava there. It's not. It's like underground with the cloaked people. I don't remember, but it's Zelda Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. And there's this one cloak girl with a ribbon, and you gotta like follow her around and find out where she like digs a key or something like that. Do 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 do. Okay, nice. What's this? The Six of Swords. Six of Swords. So we're moving. Oh, with the Sovereign of Wands at the bottom. Leo is the focus of this. Oh, sorry. um, it's a movement that's like very self-directed. It isn't necessarily. It feels like this. If we're on a boat, right? It's a space where waters don't naturally move the ship. This is where you got to paddle, or you got to have another way to move the boat. The boat won't move itself. There's no wind here. The waves don't move. You got to move it. It feels like very self-directed. And because it's so self-directed, there's a lot of responsibility on self um, to get things moving, to not be reliant on someone or something else to just get the moving done for you, which is very much that Mars asserting through space energy. Because it's like in space, there is no wind. But in space, there's nothing that takes away momentum either. And so you just kind of sort of keep going, I guess. I'll have to shuffle these this way because these cards extra wide. I'll take this one. 11th house. 11th house is recreation room, comma, pleasure. Accomplishments, supporters, passions, prosperity, older siblings, allies, fulfillment, recognition, and perfection. Bottom of the deck is North Node. It was in reverse. I guess it was upright. I got upside down, right side up cards in this deck. North Node is materializing. Corruption, intrigue, exile, violence, foreignness, iconoclasm, destruction, epidemics, and technology. Epidemics in 11th house. Oof. Technology in the 11th house, though. Rahu. And it deals with pleasure. Oh, it opposes the 5th house. Oh, it's number 43. Did I ever notice that these had numbers? 40. What? I don't think I've ever noticed the numbers. Hold it. I guess I was never paying attention. This is not 29, 19. What is that? 19. What? These got numbers. 19 and 43. It's an energy. It's like, it feels like seeking like higher pleasures instead of like base pleasures. Let me just get these off the table. I don't know why I'm going to shuffle that like that. I ain't been on this space in a minute, but I got a feeling like every time I feel like I'm going to use this space more, I don't. But there are things that I want to explore. I might just, yeah, I do want to do it more. So I'll probably utilize this space a little bit more. Uriel, Angel of Flame, Suckloff, Angel of Verdancy. This is an interesting energy. It's, oh, wow. This is like, oh, that's why it's like that. There we go. Kinda. It works. Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Yeah, it works. Um, this is an energy of like things that have to fall away in order for other things to come into place. It's like the board is clearing, room is being made to welcome something new. It's almost a nesting energy. And I've never noticed. It's like this tiny, well, maybe it looks tiny because Suckloff is so big. But like that portal, that star, between Cyclops' fingers, and like all the elk that are going there. And elks is a protection. The rune is, right? But there's also an energy of like wisdom and knowledge and experience here. Because, I mean, they've all got some pretty healthy horns. Besides this young one, there is a young one in the midst. Can you see? Hold on, wait. That one right there. You see, David? Will it focus? I know how to get you to focus. Oh, that's not plugged up. Oh, wait. See that one? Try not to make it so dark. Right there, that little one. So it's a little bit of an energy of sacrifice, but not really. Lalael, Angel of Night. So there is a little bit of a transitionary phase between these two. But I guess it's to realize that this is happening. It also feels like Uriel is taking requests. Let me read it though. It feels like they're taking requests. It's like, what would you like to experience in your new life? Wild and unwieldy, restraint is unthinkable. Uriel cannot be bound. The flames peel back the dark like silken fabric. The heat licks the edge of your awareness, and as you turn to meet it, you are consumed. The rhythms of heat and passion and flesh fill your mind. It comes over you like a wave, pressing your consciousness into your body. You can no longer think, you can only feel. Sensations tremble through your being. Uriel knows nothing but yearning. Look into the balefire of Uriel, and it will expose your heart and leave you writhing in desire. Found in a brazier, a stallion, and a tongue. But then it takes me back to that attachment yesterday of if the fire within you is greater than the fire outside of you, then it's like you won't be consumed. And maybe that's how you come into this fire tempered through the space of the dark night, I guess. I guess so. I mean, where else does the fire come from? Oops. I don't know why that song is in my head. I haven't played that game in years. Do, 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 do. Let's get one of these. Final card, please. I'm just trying to clear some room off the table. I grabbed the in between and the after. Oh, almost. This is like pretty real time. If I get a card, hello, I'm just gonna keep going until something comes out. So That looked like eighth, and I ain't about to be deep. There we go. Finally. 3. Muriel, angel of cancer, Azazel, angel of sacrifices, Semyaza, angel of pride. Bottom of the deck is Gadriel. Gadriel was a giant even among his own kind. His spear stood as a symbol of assured destruction for anything that opposed the will of the Watchers. Despite his threatening stature, he was a peaceful soul. Most days he could be found sitting outside camp with his eyes upon the horizon, a surreal portrait, serenity carved in alabaster. Once asked what he was thinking about, the angel lifted his spear and pointed up to the sky, the tines framing the North Star, and that Polaris C North Star thing lately. Oof, and then look, there's the horn. There is the trumpet itself. Muriel, angel of cancer. Can you see this? The face we show on the outside and who we are inside is always different. That shell we build over our hearts exists to gird us against the barbs of the world. As we grow, that shell hardens, but the need to let others past it becomes equally as valuable. The essence of this sign is not only a shield that holds harm at bay, but it is also the warmth that brings life and healing into our lives. Muriel is the protector of our deepest truths and the caregiver of our innermost selves. Azazel, the first watcher of the North. Azazel taught mankind how to forge weapons and tutored them in respecting this power. Throughout those first years, he never wavered in his dedication to enriching the lives of mankind. In ways large and small, he sought to raise them up. Despite his efforts, Azazel was the first to be blamed when the catastrophe began. When mankind's trust broken, with mankind's trust broken, every bit of goodwill he had built up was traded for an equal amount of resentment. Yeah, I feel like we lost the respect of weapons, so but that's fine. Semyaza, all hail, firstborn, giver of names, father of giants, protector of the house of man. Long shall be his days. What? Did I ever notice the lion in Semyaza? I don't think I've ever noticed that lion before, which is kind of a shame because it's so prominent in this card. I was so distracted by like all of this that I didn't even see that down there. Because this said, what did this? Oops, giant even amongst his own kind. So I think, or did this say something about giants? Father of giants, protector of the house of man. It feels like it's almost an energy where like reclusiveness or reservedness is also a weapon. And it's most easily recognized as one when it comes to things like the silent treatment or giving somebody the cold shoulder, right? That's when we can notice that the lack of response or attention or perception can be weaponized. But why am I talking about that? I don't know. I don't remember. And I'm starting to get tired. So I'm actually going to grab the SKT, the Spirit Keeper's Tarot, because the Outlaw is actually the Hanged Man in this deck. Oh, and it's right on top. So let's see, like, what is this for, like, Outlaw and Soul Work with play? Well, play is just there. Oh no. I gotta get clothes tomorrow. I should have done my homework. Oh my gosh. New World Order, the Ten of Cups, the Joyous One, and the Page of Pentacles. Stronghold of the Veil, the Joyous One, and New World Order. Bottom of the deck is the Ferryman. So again, that Six of Swords energy. Something is definitely moving. But before, it felt like we were doing all the moving because it was the Six of Swords and the Sovereign of Wands. But now it feels like it's like a sheer thinning fluid. As you move through it, it gets easier to move through. But you have to be the one, or we have to be the ones to make that first effort to like start. Can I mute this? I don't think I can. Okay. I just had to ask my mom a question. Through the door. This is the after. So I want a few cards on this. It feels like it's like outlaw soul work. It almost feels forbidden because it puts us at the end of whatever this is. It's like step one is to get all, well, it's like after you get all the pieces together, then things change. And it feels like you move into a different phase. And again, with that play card, clarified by that Eight of Pentacles into the King, the Ruler of Pentacles energy, Eight of Coins, Ruler of Coins energy. It's like after you get there, you just enjoy life more. Well, oh, that was the Ten of Coins. So this page of, I'll take it. Skipping that one. So we're only looking at the 10, or maybe I got another title card in here. So, Ten of Cups, the joyous one. There's the Chariot and the Seven of Cups. Two sevens. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. But the ships have already arrived. Or the ships are arriving, and the Ten of Cups is here, so I'm not surprised. Eight of Pentacles under that. Oh, and then the world. I forgot. After the world. Oh, the moon. Yeah. I think I'm just going to take that. And the star. The moon and then the star. So I feel like this it's an energy that's like, well, I can't tell you, but just know it's going to be better. And it's the start after. It's in the water and pouring into the water and on the land. So it feels like it's like it is experiencing that which it wishes or desires as it's continuing to desire It feels like very like quick manifestation-y type of energy. Or maybe it's just an understanding of energetic and natural forces and phenomena. Or maybe the new world energy is where they're less separate. And that's why this level of soul work is like outlaw territory. It's like it puts you in a different sort of sphere almost. Because it's a lot more sort of self-contained. Bottom of the deck is after the devil, right? And it feels like devil energy. At first in the before he was like happy. He was like, haha, I got them. But it feels like while under that subjugation, they were able to like find each other and embrace. Even in the midst, like much to everyone's surprise and chagrin. Right? That's a word. I don't know. I've heard it like much to their chagrin, but I don't know. I don't know what it means. Hey Siri, define chagrin.
As a noun, it means distress or embarrassment at having failed or been humiliated.
Yup. Much to devil energy's chagrin, the lovers have still managed to do everything that I guess they were supposed to do. And the lovers can represent choices and decisions. This is very much so the energy of the shortcut. Because even under all of this subjugation, even under pressure, even under like in the space of maybe the dark nights and whatever, it's still making those choices and decisions to move you forward with all the Six of Wands energy, despite like not even being in a position really to be able to do that. And that's what makes like the shortcut a shortcut instead of it just like being on your path. But it's like, is the shortcut really a shortcut? It feels like it because other experiences are like already queued up in a way, or it's like your path was something else. And then let's look at the in between, and then maybe I'll read these, or then I will, not maybe. Yeah, I like that because here's the Seven of Cups and the Chariot, and it's like even with all of these distractions, well, maybe not this one in particular, or maybe this one because it's like maybe in the past, like we chose like money and riches or something material, not knowing that it also came with this snake. Like the snake also left out of its cup, but again, it's like we found a way to move beyond that. We found a way. We found ourselves. Here's the light and dark. Like after the chariot is actually moving. And again, like there's that same feminine, masculine, light, dark on the same page, regardless of the tricks and everything else. And it's again because it's like it was self contained. It maintained its balance and composure until these ships came in, type of energy. And maybe this, the star after the moon, it's like receiving the things that you were wanting or wishing for or desiring in the space of the moon. But this was like while you were in the dark night of the soul. And like they're barking at you and the moon itself was giving you stank face. But again, it's like since you still maintained or held whatever, now you get to sort of experience living in this and moving forward in it. Top of the deck is graduation, but I'm about to shuffle it, so I'm not gonna pull. Well, maybe I will. Let's see. They'll hit me with like a high priestess or another title card, or the exact same low scarabeo card, because I think that one is also in here. It should be. They seem to put it in like all the decks. So page of. Ooh, nope. The devil and the page of cups. Oh, okay, that's way too much. Yeah, there's that title card. Is that the 10 of coins into the ace? 9 of coins into the 10. Oh, see, this is about to hit the 10 of coins, and it's already at the 10 of cups. Because again, oh, well, the 10 of coins is the ship's coming in, so makes sense. Exactly what it was last time. But now it's also coming down in the physical instead of just in the emotional or spiritual or energetic. So I guess like this is why it's forbidden, but again, or this is why it's like outlaw energy. It's also outlaw energy because not a lot of people can be in this space and still make these choices and decisions. And it's something, it's a place that we reach, a lot of us. Maybe some people just naturally are like, awesome like that. Okay. Who that? Who that was? Ace of Wands into the Two of Wands again. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands into the King of Wands. And I love this energy because it's above the maze. Again, sort of confirming this. It's above the maze. It's outside of the game. It no longer plays by those rules. Which again sort of confirms that king of, or the sovereign, the ruler, sorry. It confirms that ruler of coins energy. It's like once you know like the bounds and the twists and the turns and like once you know how the game works, then you can like you play it without even thinking about it in a way. This feels like being able to choose a direction or being asked to choose a direction. Because it's like there are many things that you've wished for and wanted, especially while you were in the place of the Dark Knight. Which of those do you actually sort of want to come into? Queen of Wands is interesting because that's what the Sovereign of Wands is in the Threads of Fate deck. Literally, Six of Swords, Queen of Wands. Again. So over here, with this Stronghold of the Veil page of Pentacles energy, between the Devil and the Tower and the Page of Cups into the Knight of Cups is here. But there's a very earthy energy here, as well as a fiery energy, almost as well as an air energy because, like, he's outside. This might be inside of the tower. This was like before. Because it's like, he's in here playing with his toy horse, not knowing like the forces that are awaiting to sort of like burst his bubble, basically. But again, it's like he doesn't, oh, he's playing, and then double energy comes in, which puts them, us, in a position to start doing work or to start approaching things in a way maybe that we didn't necessarily have to before. But in that, we discover this Ace of Cups that all the other nine sort of gravitate around. This is an energy of like finding who you are at your core and sort of like sticking to it. No matter what. No matter what comes your way with the Seven of Cups. It's always checking it in that internal, like, where my other hand? Oh, it's this hand. There we go. It's always it's weighing it and measuring it. Everything in your experience, or a lot of things in your experience. And apparently, it's about being solid in self and making those choices that get you closer and closer and closer to experiencing that outside of yourself as well. Because that's what the 10 of coins is, right? At the 9 of coins, it's like you don't have enough hands to carry all the abundance. And then that leads us into major completion of like all this old stuff, moving into the new stuff where again we have more of a say. It's the Ace of Wands into the Two of Wands. And so I like the Ace of Wands into the Two of Wands because I feel like sometimes Ace of Wands energy can be very like just excited or passionate about a lot of things or about like everything. But the Two of Wands is like it's starting to give it a direction. It's starting to build a channel for that energy to flow through, which I think is like would be really helpful because it gets you moving. But you pick the direction as you've always picked the direction. Sometimes we would just pick and choose things that didn't work out in our highest good. It didn't lead this stuff to come in. Maybe it led to a more immediate satisfaction, which led to a probably fairly quick dissatisfaction. Or there was a like a drawn out process where it wasn't that quick. But again, like with this ace into the two, it's a very self directed energy, which is another thing that makes this so difficult because like all of this occurs before like this energy never necessarily releases ever, but we can make those choices and decisions to move forward anyway. And I feel like that's the thing that's difficult for a lot of people to do. That's why the outlaw is here, because when we're hurt or wounded or when we have traumas, those are just areas that we naturally don't go into. We're not able to. And so what it does is it gets us to pick and choose things that aren't for the greatest for ourselves, which is again why this is the shortcut because it makes a choice and decision despite the trauma, despite being in this energy, it still chooses to move forward. And like devil energy is like, don't you understand that like you're bound? Don't you understand that you're tied? And they're still bound and tied. But that don't stop them from doing whatever. What was that pleasure? Oh, that was Mars, comma pleasure, Mars. And so there's something here about a dream preserved. Maybe you do sort of like take a more roundabout approach. Maybe you don't immediately go for it, but eventually it will come back. But again, it goes back to that, maybe in a different way. But when the flame and the fire within is brighter than anything outside of you, and when it cannot be doused or dimmed by anything outside of you or within you, it feels like that light carves a path through darkness, and it gets you wherever you're going. It reminds me of the Eight of Cups in the Tarot of Dreams. How it's like someone, it looks like they're actually ascending, but in an energetic way. It speaks nothing of the physical. And it's almost because the physical doesn't matter. Almost. Um, because the physical is just a result of the fire, the air, and the water. Fire, air, and water equal earth. So you don't really have to worry about Earth. Earth more or less manages itself. So that's what I got. Yeah. And again, like it just feels like this level of soul work is the outlaw because it's almost like a level of soul work or a level of wholeness, healedness, and completion within self that a lot of people would think is impossible. And again, it's very much so that like healing is never done, shadow work is never over. Things are like a spiral. You experience the same things, but just on different levels. And again, like this is very much so above it. And this maze is actually a floor plan, but she sees it from the top down instead of like going inside of this building and wandering around. It feels like IKEA. People say that IKEAs are designed to make it not easy for you to know where the exit is because then you do more shopping while you're in there. You'll see something else while you're looking for the exit and you go, oh, this is cute. Like, I'm going to get it. It's the same reason why they put the snacks at the end of the checkout. So if you wait behind somebody else, you're like, oh, a Reese cup. I didn't really want a Reese, but it's right there. I'm right here. I'll pick it up. That's actually how I started trying those ice sparkling waters because they were near the checkout. And I was like, and I would look at them every time we had to wait. And one day I was like, fine, I'll try it. I enjoyed it. I'm back on the ginger ale, by the way. But yeah. And I think like the title card was here in the before because it doesn't really matter. But this shows like there's a certain innocence or a spiritual, energetic naivete that we have. And it's actually the devil into the tower that gets us more knowledge and awareness. But it's like we don't have to be broken by it. It's just like, oh, okay, now I know. Now I know that not everyone has my highest good and interest. Now I know that not everyone really like cares about me, but I don't have to be made like bitter or paranoid because of it. It's just now I know. You don't have to be changed by things, which I think Gia said on the Legacy channel the other day, which is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it. There's that Justice again. Justice into the Hanged Man. This is one of the cards I see super often in the in between. Final message from the in between, please. And I'm gonna read this one because I love this deck, and I would just like love to know how they get that in between feel, so I can do some in between feels. Is that the Four Swords into the Five? Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. Hanged Man into Death. There's that outlaw Hanged Man energy again. But death is a transformation. It's almost like the Hanged Man has Phoenix. Let me. I don't have to say it like that because like it's in no way meant to um, talk down, belittle, whatever anyone's beliefs, right? But it's like this Hangman has some kind of like Phoenix DNA, or has some kind of Phoenix archetypal energy, has some kind of Phoenix gene or whatever. Fire is actually the thing that awakens the Phoenix within the Hangman. And you actually see the Phoenix. I haven't seen this card yet because I didn't actually flip through all these cards. I just kind of use them and I'm like, oh, the cards I haven't seen. Like, there are cards in some of my decks I've never seen because sometimes I get them and I immediately use them and then the cards just never pop out. So, but I just remembered that here because in Death to Temperance, we see the Phoenix rising from the grave that the Hangman is buried in. They didn't know you was a phoenix. You probably didn't know you were a phoenix until you, came back from the ashes. Oh, this is the Eight of Wands into the Nine of Wands, which is interesting. I'm glad I'm reading this one. Maybe that's an energy where, like, when things get too quick, too fast, like too fast, too furious, slow down, please. Oh, wait, Wands. Eight of Wands into the Nine of Wands. This is running out of steam. The fire couple have now found employment and they are entertaining crowds with their fire spinning act. They are tired. They are tired and running out of energy now. The watching customers in the tavern at the tables are being rowdy. Although the couple are in employment of the innkeeper, they are now being overworked and having to fend off the disruptions of the crowd. With this in between stage, we have felt a manic period of activity and are now losing the ability to defend ourselves against the pressures of daily life. We are still in a whirlwind of efforts and will soon be tested beyond our capacities. Hang on a bit longer. You are about to be pushed to the limits. Honestly, that's why I ain't even necessarily all the way whatever. But I try to wake up and have enough time to just like be present with self. The first day I took more time. The second day it took significantly less time. Today I didn't do it. I don't know if it's necessarily gonna work as much for me, but I can also just like go on break and just like and then be fine. Um, yeah, it's interesting that he's sleeping and she up doing all the work, but he spent. Look at all. Anyway, oh snap! Oh, that's her hand. Never mind. 2, 4. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So this thing doesn't count. The thing that she's holding doesn't count as a wand, apparently. And I find that interesting. Either that doesn't count as a wand, or this doesn't count as a wand. Because this is 8, and that makes 10. But this is 8 going into the 9. So it's like maybe you're going to be pushed beyond your limits. But in that, you're going to break through those limits. You're going to discover more. And it feels like in the discovery of more, if you can ground yourself in some way, or if you can reconnect, then it almost feels like you can bypass in some ways a lot of that, excuse me, frustration. That's the word I was looking for. I was going to be like, not exhaustion. Oh, it is exhaustion. But it's like you can just immediately think, oh, like what? I can do this? Okay. And again, a lot of this is like self directed. A lot of this is go at your own pace and you set your pace. In a way. I mean, we also have like limits, right? I guess. But our limits are like everyone's limits are different of how much we can take. But it feels like, again, it's bypassing the 9 going to the 10, but it feels like in that it just feels like it goes like into a new cycle. It isn't necessarily 10 like overburdened. Well, it may be 10 at overburdened, but it's like we quickly sort of find a way to unburden ourselves. Four of Cups, as I'm talking about unburdening ourselves. Four of Cups and the Six of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man again. Being offered some water. It's like, oh, you want that water now? It's like, yeah, I do. Like, he's pouring it out. He's drinking it. He's chilling, though. Maybe someone's like secretly giving the Hanged Man water. And everyone's like, oh, how is he hanging there for so long? Who is he? How is he not dying of thirst? Because spirit takes care of their own, I guess. Excuse me. The Four of Cups after, it's really an energy of like, it's partially knowing your limits. It's also partially just like deciding, like, I don't have to go through this. And it's like, if you would have drank that cup, then it would have put you on a journey before you Six of Swords out of it. But it's almost like by pouring this out, you just immediately like reach your destination. Again, it feels like it kind of sort of bypasses the burden and the overburden and the aches and the pains of the Nine and the Ten of Wands, the exhaustion and being overburdened, and you go right to like completion and a new cycle. But it's not that you don't necessarily hit those points. It's just like an immediate resolution rather than like a long drawn out one. Because of that level of soul work, I guess that's been done. It doesn't matter what devil energy tries to come and do. It's just like it's immune, honestly, at that point. Which is very Jobian. Jovian energy has been quite prevalent for the past since everything began. Eve's birthday is tomorrow. Ten of Pentacles with that Six of Swords. Nine of Wands with that Six of Swords. Yeah, we're going to just beep beep right by that and go right to the tower. Which is another 6, right? 15? No, it's a 16, 7. Nice. Is that the Sun? Number 19 again. But it's the Warrior in this deck. Wait, what's that? Lucat? Luke something Lucat. Omnia Luce. Perfundet. Libebas? I don't remember what Perfundet is. Omnia All Light. Luke's Light? I don't know what that one is. Lucaeant? I know it's Luke's, Lucas, Luke, Luchem, Luque. There's Luque. That's how you conjugate light. Oh, and then the Giver at the bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles. When you are, it's not. This feels like a completed self. We see the signs, the planets, and something else here. I don't remember. That's actually on one of these cards. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think. The Fool. Yeah, that's the Fool. So this is probably because it looks like there's three of these. So the Initiate, the Seeker, and the Keeper. There's the Initiate. There's the Keeper. I don't know where the Seeker is. I missed her. So those are the three Fools. It feels like it goes Zodiac and then Planet and then those three Fools. And when we're complete within self, it feels like an ability to like call light into a situation, maybe. It's reminding me of Okami, where like you draw the sun in the sky and then the sun comes out. Maybe that goes back to that energy of the King of Coins and how the King of Coins experiences life rather than anybody else besides like the Queen with that ruler of coins. Because in the Weaver Tarot and in the Weaver Oracle, the Threads of Fate Tarot and Oracle cards, they remove gender. So the ruler isn't a king, it's the ruler. So anything outside of that ruler of coins energy. Because I think even the sovereign of coins, it feels like the sovereign of coins is a little bit more focused or aware of that which goes on outside of her. The ruler of coins is just kind of sort of doing it or whatever. I don't know. Let's see. Final card from these, please. So it's like that level of soul work isn't necessarily like forbidden. It's just like it's a place that we reach. And it's within self. It's a self choice and decision to actually get there, to reach that point. Because the world isn't necessarily going to lighten up or get any easier. But we can still get to where we're going despite it. So, please. Bottom of the deck is Speak Truth with that Ace of Wands energy. Actually, that's the Wheel of. No, that's not the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost the Wheel of Fortune, but it doesn't have a sword as its base. So it's a Wheel of Fortune energy, but I guess with Speak Truth, it's like, again, it's something that we put into motion. Maybe if I hold it up here. It's something we put into motion. There you go. The card that came out is the Seeker. Oh, here's the Seeker. And I couldn't find the Seeker. I guess I looked over it. I looked over the Seeker in the SKT. I found the Initiate and the Keeper. The Seeker is right here in a whole other deck. How did that happen? I don't know. Speak truth and you'll find what it is that you're looking for. And it may be a harsh truth because that it's barbed. And it reminds me of Muriel, right? The shell grows to protect us against the barbs of the world. But we also need to be like vulnerable and open. So that's what I got. I hope you have a good whenever you see this. I hope you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience your reality. And I hope that as you go about your path, your way, your journey, you take those moments to really like empower yourself. despite what's going around you, be it good or bad. Because it's about having that healthy internal spark. That's why the warrior was there. That's why the warrior was there. It's a very healthy internal fire. It's an internal fire that's so, I want to say robust, but that's not. It's so like blazing that it's like the fire in Rome that was never put out. Like you can't put it out. It's just like it just won't happen. And again, it feels like one of those energies that's outlawed, or an energy that we don't think is necessarily, or that a lot of people don't necessarily think is possible, but it's like it very much so is. But to get there requires maybe what more than a lot of people are willing to do. I don't know, but it's definitely possible. So with all of that being said, I will see you when I see you. Bye.